Well, hello, everybody on Facebook, wherever you are, whatever city, whatever state, whatever nation, whatever continent. We're grateful for the opportunity to meet you and greet you online tonight in this capacity. Shout out to all of the Trevorium family, wherever you are, and to all of our amazing guests. If you're a guest with us for the very first time, go ahead and do us a huge favor, get in the comments and just let us know that you're a guest and let us know who invited you and let us know what city, what state, what nation you are in. We're so grateful to have you here for the very first time. We got some amazing information that we're going to be sharing with you for such a time as this. And I promise you, my friend, you're going to be blessed by the result of it. Now, I'm going to ask you to grab something to write with and something to write on. I'm going to ask you to take some good notes because there's going to be some information shared up front. But my favorite part tonight is to share with you not just the information, but the powerful, life-changing testimonies for some of the people that we call back home the real deal Holyfield. I mean, they're just going to tell you what time it is. That's what it is. They're going to share with you from a very personal basis why we're so excited, what this enthusiasm is all about inside of Trevorium. Shout out to our CEO and his lovely queen, Mr. David Hart and Adela Hart. Shout out to the Strands and the Roberts and all of the powerful power pack leaders inside of Trevorium all around the globe. So with that being said, my name is Mel Keys. My wife, Kendra, and I, we're here in the city of San Antonio, Texas. We've been a part now of the Trevorium family. Coming up, November will be our 4th year, and we wouldn't change it for the world. I'm going to start sharing my screen, and as I do so, I'm going to need you, those who are taking notes and in the comment section, if you'll do a huge favor for me, and let's make sure that I have this thing right, that you can see what I'm trying to show. If you can see what I'm trying to show, you should have a screen that says Trevorium, a better life requires a better way. If you have that in the comments, would you go ahead and let us know? Give us a big shout out that you can see it the way that it needs to be seen. Trevorium, a better life requires a better way. While you're doing that, why don't you just type that in the comments for us real quick? A better life requires a better way. Awesome. You guys can see it. We're cooking with fish grease. That's what Coach Tanya would say. So we're going to go ahead and proceed. Let me do this. There's a disclaimer I want to get out the way. Let me just throw it at you like this. It's very important that you understand that this is a travel company that has been in business now for over 9 years. And we've also become a Forex trading platform. We do not make any promises or income claims to anybody at any time for any reason. It's all about taking a calculated risk, all about making a move, a step. Some people call it a leap of faith, but it's not all that. But it's about an opportunity that's in front of you. What you do with it really is up to you. We believe in putting in the blood, the sweat, the equity, and making it do what it's capable of doing. But if you do absolutely nothing with everything that we're going to show you tonight, let me tell you the worst case scenario. You're going to get some free vacations. So with that being said, just know we're not promising you wealth and riches and all of that, but we do promise you that you, just as well as anybody else on the planet, will have an equal opportunity to use this program to the best of its ability, and it'll take you as far as you want to go. Now, what do most people think about all the time? I'm going to tell you what they think about. They think about being somewhere that they always wanted to go, what we call the dream trips, the life travel experiences. Now, there are a lot of people on the planet, you know, they live in these beautiful places, and you kind of get jealous and envious sometimes. Say, my God, if I lived in Hawaii, or if I lived in Jamaica, or if I lived in, you know, everybody somewhere, they're always thinking about being somewhere else. It's strange that way, but travel is the most talked about, the most thought about thing on the planet. And the thing of it is, most people only dream about it. Very few people really travel like we are capable of doing so. When you think of all the vacations that we've talked about as children or young adults. Very few people travel on a regular basis. But Travorium has done something and made something very possible for everybody. And that's going to be the scope of what we're going to talk about tonight. Because the way most people travel, let me just tell you this, is obsolete. The way most people travel is not cutting the mustard. The way most people travel is not working. There's a problem. Number one, most people travel, this is how they travel. They save up all of their money, and then after saving all of their money, they pay higher prices. Somebody put it in the comments for us tonight. No more higher prices. Man, have y'all seen the prices on that gasoline? It's going up, y'all. But not only that, the prices on those vacations, year after year, decade after decade. Have you priced out what it costs for a family of 4 or 5 people to go to Disney or Lord knows Jamaica or Bahamas or wherever? It can be an incredible amount of money. But the way most people travel, they save up and they pay higher prices. Number two, Lord help us. I know I've been here before. I don't know if you've done this, but they run up credit card debt. Somebody put it in the comments if you feel what I feel. No more credit card debt. We need to be paying those things off. We need to be working out a plan to become debt free. You hear me? Don't travel this way, but raise your hand, put it in the comments if you've made that mistake before in your past. This is one of the 5 ways that most people who are traveling do travel. Number 3, the way that most people travel, they pay enormous prices for things called timeshares. My God, I've had my share of that. My wife and I, we've been married coming up on 32 years if she renews my contract once again. And we've owned 3 timeshares, paid them off, started all over again. And we found ourselves on our last one paying about $379 a month, whether we use the place or not. And it gave us a few options to go a few other places, but it was very minute in comparison to the fact that in this program with Travorium, the one that someone invited you to be able to look at tonight, I've been able to stay at the same exact destinations that we were paying a timeshare mortgage on. Instead of paying $379, we've paid $59 without obligation, without mortgage, without any type of maintenance fee. And that was so much better. Bittersweet. This is the way most people travel. Then the 4th way, most people travel, a little jokey here, they stay at their grandmama's house. Maybe it's not granny for you. Maybe it's pawpaw. Maybe it's, your auntie or your uncle or your cousin or your best friend. You'll sleep on a couch with some. Well, you can only do that so many times and fool the kids before they begin to understand that's not a real vacation. So most people, sad to say, but true, as hard as we work for the money, more than 40 hours a week, so many people, sometimes 2 jobs, some even 3, all around the year, they plan to go somewhere and do something. And these are the 4 ways they pay for their travel. Here's the 5th one. They really don't travel much at all. They just dream about it. I need somebody to put it in the comments tonight. Let's dream with our eyes wide open. Put that in the comments real quick. Let's dream with our eyes wide open. Why is that? Because we're here now with Travorium, and our slogan is a better life requires a better way. And you bumped into that on today, as a matter of fact. Well, it's true. Not only is travel something that we love to do, but it's also a very profitable business that has been, and continues to do so, a lot of people a lot of money. In fact, if you don't know this already, multiple streams of income is no longer a luxury. Dead on, it's a necessity. If you feel what I feel, go ahead and put that in the notes, that residual income, multiple streams. You got so many different ways of income going out. You need just as many ways of income coming in. If you feel what I feel, go ahead and put that in the comments. Hashtag multiple streams of income. Hashtag multiple streams of income. That's what Mr. Warren Buffett was talking about. He says, if you don't find a way to make money when you sleep, you will work until you die. And that is not a good recipe for success. One of the most tragic things we see in our society are some of our elders and our seniors who are well in their retirement years, and they have no retirement to enjoy because even in their retirement, they have to find secondary income and tertiary income just to keep up with medical expenses and living expenses because they were not prepared in advance with multiple streams of income. And we cannot afford to let that be us. Well, Mr. Robert Kiyosaki, another gentleman who has much to say on this subject, he's put out a plethora of books, one of them, The Cash Flow Quadrant, one of the favorite diagrams. I love to talk about this. There's a left side and a right side. You notice the 95% at the top on the left. Well, in that particular column, that's where most people are. Most people are there, and it's very crowded there. 95% of the population, however, is earning approximately 5% of the income. It's not because they're not as smart as the others. It's not as because they don't work as hard as the others. In fact, the truth of the matter is many times they work even harder. But the problem is the system that they're using. It's the system that they're relying upon. In the E quadrant, as Robert Kiyosaki calls it, that's where the employee lives. That's where he dwells. That's the dwelling place of the employee. They have a job. They don't own anything. They're just renting an idea. They're just renting a vision and paying dues on someone else's vision. And they're being given just crumbs from what the whole opportunity or the enterprise that they work for really has at his own disposal. That's the employee. A lot of times that employee will get a whole lot experience, and they'll begin to say, you know what, I can do this on my own. In many cases, they go off and they do it, and they become self-employed. And maybe they started a beauty shop. Maybe they started a cleaners or a car wash or a restaurant, whatever. They're self-employed. The great thing is they're probably making a lot more money. The problem is they probably have a lot less time. A lot of the self-employed people, it's just them. And they have a whole bunch of people who are either contracted to them or employees for them, but those persons don't have the commitment. They don't have the loyalty that that self-employed person who owns the business has. So when the others don't show up, guess who has to pull the double and the triple shifts? You already know how that works. Well, on the other side of the quadrant, on the right side, somebody put this in the comments, move to the right. Move to the right, because the right side is the right side. That's where 5% of the people are on the planet, but it's also where 95% of the wealth is. It's incredible that you have such a minute population that really possesses the vast majority of the wealth. Are they that much smarter? No. Do they work that much harder? No. But they have a system. They have a business system that is able to leverage their work, their know-how, their skills, their experience through other persons who are there for their own purposes. And in that particular environment, the ones who are at the top, they're the ones who win the most. It's called leverage. That's the business ownership system. And then the I stands for the investor. You know, when you get to a certain point of your investments, your money is making money for you, and your money can earn more income than you and I ever could do any day of the week. Now, one of the things I love about Trevorium is Trevorium shows us 3 distinct ways to make more money. Somebody put it in the comments. More money, more money, more money. Number 1, Trevorium helps us to make more money by 1, saving money. Number 2, Trevorium helps us to make more money by making more money. And number 3, Trevorium helps us to make more money by showing us how to grow our money. Now, here's what I want to show you next. Trevorium also shows us 3 ways to travel. The first way we travel is we travel with substantially discounted rates. The second way we travel Somebody put this in the notes. We travel for free. And number three, the third way we travel is we get paid to travel. I want you to really consider the vision that has been put in place by the CEO and his wife, Mr. David and Adela Hart. We're talking about world-class entrepreneurs with over 30 years of combined experience, a company that was established over 9 years ago, a global company actually now operating in more than 60 countries around the world, debt-free, has paid off millions and millions of dollars in commissions. And one of the things you'll see that the vision includes is the combination of three power-packed industries. We're talking about the travel industry itself. We're talking about the foreign exchange market that we'll make note of tonight. And direct sales is what undergirds it all. Let's go ahead and begin with Forex as we take a quick look at what Forex is. We're talking about the foreign exchange market. And I want you to consider that the foreign exchange market itself is a market 20 times the size of the US stock market. And every day on the exchange, there's a trade of at least $6.8 trillion a day. That's a lot of money, guys. I'm going to say that again. I did not say million. You can see it on the screen. I did not say billion. I said trillion. So we're talking about $6.8 trillion a day being traded. And this is how banks and other lending institutions, and many in cases of just real talk, wealthy individuals, they've been using this to their advantage for decades. But now there's an opportunity, thanks to Trevorium, where everyday ordinary people with a cell phone and probably about $100, you can get into place and into position and begin to see some major things happen. We're part of what we call the Forex trader phenomena. And we have put tools in place, a trading room platform, an educational video library with daily briefs that give you the markup or the market summary about smart money and price action and all of those types of things that you'll need to know how to wisely invest your money. And at the same time, I want you to consider we have at least on average about 70% of a winning streak when it comes to those investments. There are times where there's going to be losses, but when you incorporate the losses with the wins, with the gains, by the time you've been with us for some time, you can be in a very favorable position. Let's go further and talk about travel. And that's one of our favorite things. We were founded on that. The travel industry as a whole, if you did not know this, is massive. And I want you to consider that there are two particular companies. When you look at the top 10 companies on the internet that are doing business, two of those companies are travel companies. We're talking about Priceline Group, and we're also talking about Expedia. I want you to consider that when you look and go online and begin to research your own travel that you're booking, and you think that you've picked out one of the best deals and that there are others that you need to look at, really, there are only two to look at. You're looking at Booking Holdings and you're looking at Expedia Group. It is those two conglomerations that own all the other, what we'll call subsidiaries, if you will, of the travel companies or the OTAs, online travel agencies. Pretty much, if you've dealt with one, you've dealt with them all, because it's just as similar in the difference between perhaps a Texaco, an Exxon, a Mobil, when you're looking for gasoline from one corner store to the next. So let's see where Trevorium makes the difference. We allow you to come in and begin off the top receiving net zero pricing that's going to save you up to 70% off the retail prices that everybody else is paying online. Secondly, we're going to show you how to earn travel points that's going to make your travel free. And thirdly, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to show you how you can, if you turn it into a business, which is always optional for you. There are some who are in the club only for travel purposes, and there are others who are entrepreneurs at heart who want to make a profit. And that's the third way we show you how to travel with Trevorium. We show you how to get paid to travel. Now, I'm just going to show you a few examples. For example, you're talking about travel along with other activities. You know, when you go somewhere, you're not going to stay in the room unless it's your honeymoon, right? But at some time, you still got to come out and do some other things, right? So activities, we're talking about tours, we're talking about group events, we're talking about rental cars, resorts, and shows, and all those types of things are there available for you to use. And we're talking about maximum discounts. We're talking about going online, and instead of paying the OTA, online travel agent, that you're used to seeing, whether it's Expedia or one of the other ones, instead of paying the retail price like you see on this particular screen for Crystal Resort inside of Cancun, Mexico, instead of paying $17.97, why not save almost $650 off the price of your next trip there? We're talking about places like San Diego, California, another beautiful place. Had some time in both of those locations. Paradise Point Hotel. Why would you go to Priceline and pay $13.07 if you could be a part of our program, which you can, and you would pay $641 less? It wouldn't make sense to do that. I mean, it's your money. Do with it as you will. Throw it out the window if you want to, but it just doesn't make good sense. We're talking about being able to use your travel points, which every single month you put them into our travel club. Not only are you going to be able to travel on those travel points, but you're also going to be able to see our CEO match what you're putting in, which is going to give you so much leverage to travel on. We're talking about having at your disposal more than 2,000 resorts and hotels around the world. And in our particular program, as a platinum especially, we have different levels, different tiers, but as a platinum, you can travel, stay for 8 days, 7 nights, and pay nothing, zero, but the tax. And if there's a resort fee, of course, you would pay that as well. I'm not telling you what I've heard. I'm telling you what we've done multiple times over, Kendra and I, and we're going to have other solid testimonies from our witnesses who've done the same many times over around the globe. We're talking about going to places like Cabo San Lucas. I've not been there yet, but that's a 7-night, 8-day you got to put on your list. But why pay the retail price of $4.99 when you can go literally for $0.00? Oh my God, how many of us have been to Disney, to Orlando, and stayed for 8 days and 7 nights? And we've done that and paid ridiculous prices because you know Disney is not cheap. Well, as a platinum member, you can stay for $1 a night. And for a titanium member, you can stay as low as $18.43 a night. Or what about the Canary Islands in Spain? Haven't been there yet personally, but a platinum member can stay for $0.00. And my God, when you bring up the world tours, that just takes it to a whole new level. All the other vacations and travel that I've shared with you earlier, that's for you. That's for your family. Anytime, day, night, week, month, it doesn't make a difference. That's you doing your own thing. And that's always good to have as an opportunity. But our world tours are just a little bit different. This is when we get to meet our partners who have been in business with us and who have literally the same mindsets, the same goals, the same visions, and they're all around the world from as many as 60 nations worldwide. And when we get to meet, man, what a family reunion it becomes. Go ahead and put world tours, hashtag I love my world tours, hashtag I love my world tours. Because when we do those things, you're literally, as we learned in the Bible, iron sharpens iron. When you get around people who are like-minded, who have vision, who have the same core values as you do, it just does something for you and for your family if your family is with you. But imagine going those places like you see on the screen here, and every single year we have about a dozen or more world tours, and we're able to get together. In many of those occasions, we have training as a part of it that's going to help you to take your business to another level, specific to travel, specific to trade. We have a lot of personal development and coaching and mentoring and training, top-notch, state-of-the-art type training, which by itself is worth thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. But when you put all of that together in what we call a world tour, it just changes your life. So Tenerife, Spain, Hard Rock Hotel, you're talking about $799, which would be the retail price. But look at the price for a platinum, $199, y'all. That's $200. I mean, go out to dinner a few times with just your family, right? Maybe some of y'all, maybe even once, might not even cover your dinner. But the thing of it is, you can have and enjoy that type of experience with a platinum program, and $399 for the titanium. Just a couple of others. One of my favorite destinations inside of Vegas. Man, what a time we had at that last world tour. It was in the month of September. Never will forget it. Took the family there. Instead of paying $1,662, how about $199 for all 4 days and 3 nights? And what a wonderful, beautiful hotel that is. This is some of the family, some of the crew, some of the team. Shout out to 4-star soon-to-be ambassador, Apostle Deborah Taylor, Coach D. We love you. This is us making it happen. And some of our team members, my first experience being picked up at the airport by the limo driver. And guess what? Because of this program, in the case of our back office, it was complimentary. Isn't that something? This is some of the core events my family and I have had all around the globe, enjoying life, enjoying one another. And guess what? As a result of the enjoyment, getting paid to do what we were doing. How would you like to get paid to do what we do? Well, another way you can do it as a travel trader. Rather than just being on the travel side of the business or even the trade side of the business, how about combining the two? And you know I love a P&J, and this is better than peanut butter and jelly when you combine travel and trade together. And that's the opportunity we have before us as we build worldwide teams, as we build the skill set and the expertise. You can either be in one space or you could be in the other, or the company Trevorium allows you to combine the two as an opportunity. So let's just cover this very quickly. I'm not going to spend a lot of time going through these numbers because we have some testimonies on the screen. I want to come forth and I want them to get ready. But we have several layers of membership, from basic to titanium to platinum, and of course the FX Trader, which is separate. I want you to get back with the person that shared this with you, get all of your questions answered, exercise due diligence. You deserve to know everything that you need to know before you make a business decision. And when you hear these testimonies, you'll know that it's a very wise business decision should you choose to join us. I also want you to see that when you combine these two, you can literally be in both spaces at the same time, spending less than $150 to get started and no more than $300 to get started. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I think that's simply ridiculous that you can start a first-class business in travel and in Forex trade with all the support, all the resources, turnkey operation, and start earning while you learn at the same time, and you're spending less than $300. And besides that, you have mentoring built into it that's worth more than $300 all by itself. We also, of course, have an annual partnership fee. Should you decide to join the business, $49.95 will be included in your startup fee, and we'll do it that way. I'm not going to talk much about the 10X comp plan personally, because you'll hear the proof in the pudding from some of the testimonies that we'll share tonight. But suffice it to say this, on the residual side of the income alone, we have a compensation plan that goes well over $1.2 million every single year. Plenty of room to go into and plenty of ways that you can still earn much more money outside of that, with all the leadership bonuses, all the fast start bonuses, and all those types of things that are available for us to enjoy. So ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, as I said, starting out, this is Trevorium, and a better life requires a better way. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring my platform into place, if I can do this properly. And as I'm doing that, I hope I can do it right. I'm going to ask everybody to bring their cameras on. And as you're bringing your cameras on, let's see if I got it together. We have Minister Renifia in the house. We got Miss Kayla is in the house. We got Mahmoud. Miss Mahmouda is in the house all the way from the UK, and it's early morning there, y'all. We got Coach Tanya is in the house. And who am I missing? I think I might be missing. Am I missing anybody?
TJ.
Okay, TJ, where you at? We need you in here. We need to get him in here as well. If you can make it happen for us, Mr. Renify, I'm not sure, but if you can, I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, here's what I want to do first. I want to just talk. I had some questions that I actually wrote down this time. I usually just go off the cuff, but I just wrote this down. I want to start with, there's a power in a testimony. And sometimes when people are in this profession, and it is a profession, we can get almost like a canned speech. And most people, not all, but most people, anything that's too salesmanshipy, if I can make that word, if it's too much of that, they resist it, like the plague, they like COVID, they don't want none of that. Nobody wants to be took, right? Taken, they want to make their own mind up. So I want you to come from that aspect and speak from a very personal space about how Trevorium has personally given you what you were looking for. Because whenever you got started, before you got started, I'm quite sure you were looking for something. So how has Trevorium given you what you were looking for? Let's go around the table with that. Who wants to start that out?
Can I start first?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. I was widowed 14 years ago, and I've spent October to April crying because it's all our birthdays. Since I joined, I don't cry on my birthday. I don't cry on my kids' birthdays. I'm happier. So this has given me something that makes me happy.
Yes.
I love it.
Awesome. Thank you, Mahmoud. Now, what time is it there where you are so we can be aware of it?
It's 2:45.
My Lord. It must make you very happy to be up 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wouldn't miss it.
I love it. All right, ladies, who would like to take it from there? On a personal basis, how has it given you what you were looking for?
Well,
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Thomas.
I can't bring my camera on, but the reason what made me happy about it is because I love to travel. That's one thing. I love to travel. I'm going just about there it is. I'm going just about every weekend, for people that know me out there, if you're out there watching, the most thing was just to be able to travel and then to be able to travel on a budget, but also stay in the VIP lifestyle. I've been used to that for the last 7 years, going on 8 years now. So it just was only right, you guys. So when I saw this one right here, it was just a no-brainer to me. And I mean, what makes me happy is adding value to my life.
I love it.
And that's what travel does.
I love it. All right. Chime in, y'all. Who's next?
Well, I'll go. It's giving me exactly what I want because I was traveling anyway. So now I get to save money on travel. So it just makes sense. That's why, and why I'm happy about it. Everything I do is a tax write-off. So give me my money back at the same time. It just makes sense.
The secret sauce. Somebody put this in the comments. If it makes sense, it'll make dollars. That's a clue, y'all. Because there's some other people that think just like you. All right, let's go with Kayla. Kayla, what was personal to you? What were you looking for when you came to Trevorium?
Okay, when I came to Trevorium, I was looking for savings because I was already traveling somewhere, like I said, every year. Spending anywhere from $1,200 to $1,400 to travel one time a year on a payment plan. So I was introduced to Trevorium. I was like, what? I can travel to anywhere. Well, now anywhere from 3 to 4 times a year. And I'm not even coming close to spending what I spent to travel just that one time. So that was a no-brainer for me. 2019, I traveled somewhere 3 times. This year in 2021, I will be going somewhere 4 times this year. Last year during the pandemic, I traveled twice, and one of them was the world tour. And you say Platinum 199 Well, guess what? You talk about free. Mine was free because my e-wallet had enough money in it that I didn't even have to pay that $199. Because I worked my business like a business, paid for itself. So that, this is God sent for me. And I was like, thank you, Lord. I've been asking for a breakthrough and you gave it to me with this travel platform.
Man, oh man, my goodness. Now, Minister Renethia, you've been in the travel space prior to coming. What were you looking for inside of Trevorium?
I was looking for savings. I traveled, and my brother spoke earlier, TJ Thomas Flowers, that's my brother. So I was coming with my brother. We're a package deal. So it just made sense. Whatever we do when it comes to travel, we together. So I didn't have a choice but to come over with him. We was in another travel company together for years. But what we found over here is we have that opportunity to share this as a ministry. You know, we traveled before without a travel club 4 to 5 times a year. Now it's between 12 and 20 times a year. We travel. So now we're able to share this with family and friends because we want to see other people. You know, we have a goal for the next couple of months to hit 30 families that we share with to be able to come aboard and join us. So we're just looking for the excitement of what's about to happen. I just took vacation. I go on vacation June 4th. Yeah. 3.5 weeks. The first week Vegas, the second week Florida, the third week Jamaica. So,
girl, you gone.
I'm getting my money's worth. I'm getting my money's worth. And with them 3 trips, it's nothing compared to the trips that I put together as a travel agent for one trip that I do for a person traveling for them 4 or 5 days. I paid nothing compared to what they pay for those 4 or 5 days.
Y'all are helping a lot of people. I'm gonna go to some of these comments and then I'm gonna ask y'all to do something very difficult. Very difficult. We got Apostle D, Coach D, she says, yes, indeed. Pastor Danny says, amazing company with amazing leadership. I love it. I love it. I love it. Then we got some more comments coming in. Y'all keep the comments coming. Minister Lisa says, you go, Renethia. And she gonna be right there with you. Yeah, I love that. That's good stuff. All right, y'all ready for this hard question? Now, this is going to be difficult because when you're dealing with a company such as Trevorium, there's so many benefits. Now, I need each one of you very quickly to tell us your favorite benefit inside of Trevorium and why. Now, if someone grabs yours, that means you got to grab the next one. So who wants to start it out?
I'll go last.
Getaway.
Yeah, I was gonna say let y'all go ahead and go because I got so many. So go ahead. All right.
Well, I'll go.
We make on our getaways, saving thousands.
You love the getaways. Got it. Beautiful. Who's next?
I love the tax benefits.
What? Expound on that just a moment, because that may not make sense for someone.
Okay, so for instance, my husband is also in the business. We are in the business together, but our businesses are separate, and he still works a full-time job. So he was able to give himself a raise on his paycheck. So that's an extra $300 to $400 when he get paid every 2 weeks. So I like to spend that.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Love it. Who else? Who's next?
Okay. For me, I love the world tours. And the reason why I love the world tours is because we all come together. And like you say, it's like a family reunion, the community that we have and have a good time. So world tours are for me.
My Lord. Hashtag I love my world tours. All right, brother and sister, who's going to go first?
I go. Rose said she's gonna be last. I'm gonna tell you this right here. My favorite part is the travel platform in itself. All of everything that they said, but the travel platform because of the loyalty points that you get. So with me going as much as I go, if I just book a regular hotel, I'm gonna get loyalty points back. And that was from the first time booking this and actually becoming a member. Not only did I save almost $700 on the hotel going to Vegas, I got loyalty points back. So then I got to use those loyalty points to put on to bring my flight price down when I'm booking my flight to go to Jamaica. So it just, like I said, it just makes sense. So that is my favorite. That is one of my many favorites. But that one right there is definitely it, because anything that I can use to help bring an already low price even further down, I'm with it 100%.
Right. Yes, sir. Minister Rowe?
I would say the free incentive trip every year.
Okay.
And so that I at least know I'm traveling once a year where I'm just taxes. Just like me and my brother, we picked Thailand, 7 nights, and all we paid was $156 for the taxes. So I would choose that, just to know I will have a free trip every year.
My.
And anything but the taxes.
Now, did you say Thailand?
Yeah, we did. We picked Thailand.
Woo! So y'all serious about this thing?
Yeah.
Y'all passport ready?
Oh yeah, we don't play about no travel now.
Yeah, we postponed Thailand a couple of years ago. It was like the second leg of a trip, so we postponed that and went straight to Dubai.
Yes.
So now this is our chance and opportunity.
I know that's right.
We coming out on top.
I love it.
56. So
I love it. Let's take it another round, and we just got a couple more things that we're going to do before we close. Let's talk about the leadership of Trevorium. There are so many opportunities out there. I mean, hundreds, if not thousands of things that people can do. One of the things that will make any company either very attractive or repelling is the level of leadership inside of the company. I need to hear 2 or 3 of you, if you'll speak up about the leadership. What's been your experience with the leadership inside of Trevorium?
We have amazing servant leaders, absolutely amazing. And we can even Facebook Messenger, the CEO. I've spoken to David, I've spoken to Todd, and it's just easy. How many companies can you go in and talk to the CEO?
Absolutely. Very accessible. Thank you for sharing that. 2 others.
That's what I was going to say too. He was they very accessible. I mean, even like I said, with the calls that they do, the updates that they do to update the company, not too many do that on a weekly basis, so that is definitely a plus for me. But their heart for people is just out of this world. And I could say we got some amazing leaders over here.
That's good. One more, if you'll tell us about the leadership.
Okay, so I want to start from my sponsor, which is my brother, his leadership, and he led by example. Miss Judy, who brought him in, but then we have Coach D, that's legacy, and her leadership skills is amazing.
Yes.
We have Pastor Mel. We have so many leaders that come together to make this. You're not by yourself. A lot of times you're in a company, you feel like you swimming or sinking. And with Trevorium, you're not. Then we have the Strands. Then we have the Roberts.
Yes.
We had even Danny comes on. I love Mahmuda, even her leadership.
Right.
All the way from the UK, it's 3 a.m. And here she is with us on our call. She's always supportive. And then I just want to say, the Harts, Mr. David Hart, when I ranked up and to see him respond under my post, under the post Coach D put saying congratulations, that did a lot for me.
Yeah.
Because I was with a company and I know the CEO didn't know who I was. So to have my CEO of our company say directly to me, congratulations, it meant a lot.
Wow. So what I hear
that he's there and he cares about what we're doing at this level of the game.
That's incredible. So what I hear you're saying, that inside of Trevorium, you are not just a business ID or a number. You are a name. You are a person that is recognized for the contribution you bring.
Yes,
can I just add
we're a family.
Yes.
We're a family that is weird how all of us excited. We're going to Jamaica a month from now. And all of us excited, and we coming from different states. Some of us have met, but a lot of us haven't met. We only met on Facebook and Zoom like now. but we're a family and
Yes.
traveling together more than we travel with our regular family. So now we have this bond.
Yes.
And that's what I love. I love about that, you know, you don't have to feel like some people like, I don't want to travel. I don't have anybody to travel with. Me being single, it doesn't matter, because when I go travel, I had a family, friends, everybody. So I don't feel like I'm by myself or I'm imposing on the couple retreat or something. We all in this together. And I just love that we're family and we're able to do so much together.
Incredible. I heard Mamu saying.
Can I add something?
Yes, please.
The CEO listens to us as well. It's not just about him telling us what to do. He listens to us. So when I first joined, the world tours were quite new, and he was talking about setting up a new world tour, and that was in Tenerife in May. And I just said, I will be fasting. Can you try and make the date after I finish fasting, after Eid has finished? And he asked me questions. Todd asked me questions about when it's going to be. And I said, I can't give you exact dates because it's all sightings of the moon. It's rough dates, but it'll be after this date, we'll definitely be free. Yes. And they made sure the world tour was after that date. Incredible. They listen.
Incredible. And such a pearl of all leadership to be one who listens. So shout out to all the Travorium leadership. Every person mentioned and those not mentioned. If you're a leader, you know who you are. We thank you for listening, and we thank you for leading, and leading in a way that you make others desire to follow. A couple other things, ladies and gents, before we close this thing out. In the world of business, there's always the risk of failure. Some people, to be quite honest with you, failure is something that makes them afraid to death. They're just afraid to fail. And they stay on the fence, paralyzed, if you will, never to make the moves that are necessary to move forward. What is the worst case scenario? This is almost a trick question. What is the worst case scenario for someone who comes in to build a business, but they just, for whatever reason, never pull it off? What's the worst case scenario? What does failure look like inside of Travorium, and why? Who wants to grab that?
A lot of free travel. Ding, 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 ding.
Saving money.
Can you break it down for us, Coach Tanya? Can you break it down for us?
Well, with the money that you putting into the business to maintain your monthly overhead, that's the same identical money that you using to buy down your trips. So that's how we get to go on these free trips and these 8-day trips for $0, because we're investing into ourselves. So the worst thing that can happen to you, you got a bunch of free vacation that you just gonna take.
I want somebody else to grab that. Thank you for sharing that. That is so logical. I mean, that just makes sense. I mean, how can you deny the fact that whether you're building a business or not, you can't lose? Can somebody else speak on that and how substantial?
Money left, right, and center. We've got a shopping portal. You just save money. Every which side of it is saving money.
I love it. You're saving all the way through. Absolutely. Can somebody else also jump on that? Yeah, the logic of that element.
About the savings, also with what Coach Tanya said, with the money saving. Oh my gosh, on the trip, like the worst thing that can happen is getting a membership is you taking a vacation. If you taking a vacation is horrible, then you don't want this. You know what I'm saying? If taking a vacation that's going to blow your mind, that's going to be top tier VIP status, if that's going to be too much for you, if that's going to depress you, this ain't where you want to be at. And I'm saying, like I said, that's a double-edged sword. That's a double conundrum, whatever you want to call it. But I'm just really being serious with you. If you think that taking an amazing vacation, I want to tell you if it's once a year, if that's going to make you depressed, all right, if that's going to make you depressed, forcing yourself to go on a vacation, Travorium ain't for you. But if you want something that's going to add value to your life, And I'm talking about all the way around. Like she said, the only thing that's going to be bad is you getting an amazing vacation, which is going to add value. Because when you go on a vacation, what happens? Memories. What happens? You smile more. What happens? You don't think about what the struggles or what's going on at home. You're having the best time of your life. And you're meeting amazing people. You're adding more life to you than you're taking away. But if that's something that you don't want or you feel is going to hinder your life, this ain't for you right here. Because we all about pouring into you, not taking away.
I love it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to end on this. There's somebody that's been watching this broadcast that was invited by one of our members in the platform, and they may be on the fence. They may be on the verge of making a decision, but fear is still there. And faith can sometimes shrink depending upon which one you feed. Can you feed their faith tonight? I want everybody to have an opportunity. Feed the faith, feed the hope, feed the inspiration of the person who's looking at this, who says it sounds real, doesn't sound like a sales pitch, doesn't sound like some made up hype pie in the sky. They seem sensible people, realistic people. Feed their faith, feed their hope, feed their inspiration. Take about 60 seconds to do that. Thomas, we'll start with you, sir.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you like this. You know, if you got faith or any type of religion or any type of beliefs, then I'm gonna tell you this: is stepping out on faith is the biggest thing that will ever add more. Like I said, I'm all about adding more to your life, so and not taking away. I'm gonna put it in this example because for me, I looked at my video game. I looked at the sneakers that I buy, the tennis shoes. You know what I'm saying? That's $300, $400 now. As you see, you know, the prices of everything is going up, right? And I said, hey, it cost me this to have these things that cannot give me the same value if I try to go and sell it or add any value. All they do is, you know, make me look good and people, you know what I'm saying, admire, and they ask me anyway, where you get that from? Where you get this from? But anyway, I bought video games, you know, so they cost thousands of dollars, and it's nothing I can do to them if I try to turn them in or I try to trade them in. But this right here don't even cost that, but it saves way more than what you get to get the membership. And I was just like, it only made sense. And then to have a business, it just makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want people to think, get outside of yourself, get outside of your mindset of the old ways of thinking. You must have multiple streams of income in order for you to maintain if life happens or if a pandemic happened. You know what I'm saying? And your job start laying you off and things. So the same faith that you had to have the faith on that job that is not promised to you, have that same faith in yourself to push a business or to live a little bit more and add more value to your life. That's all I'm gonna add. That's all I'm gonna add to it.
That's good stuff. Mahmoud, speak on that. Encourage someone. They're on the fence.
Just do it. There is nothing that you can't win with this company. I started for my own savings. I wasn't doing the business side of it. I didn't really worry about the compensation plan. I just wanted to save money on my travel. And I've fallen into the business because I love the company. I love the people and what we get out of it. It's just a win-win scenario. There's nothing you can do that will make you lose in this company. Just do it.
I love it. I love it. Miss Kayla, H-Town is in the house. Show them and tell them what and why. Get them off that fence.
Well, for me, I would say those that have faith and you believe, you know, when you pray and ask God for something and he puts it in your lap, don't question it, push through. And for me, it was a personal growth thing. So if you're looking to personally grow, and which we all should be looking to personally grow, this vehicle right here has pushed me and stretched me beyond what I ever could imagine for myself. So if you don't take anything else from this, this will get you out of your comfort zone and out of that box. And it's the best thing since sliced bread.
Hey, there you go. I love it. Who wants to go first, ladies? Coach T, Coach Renithia, who wants to go?
Go ahead, Minister Rowe.
All right. Faith. All I can say is faith without works is dead.
Amen.
So it's up to what you gonna do. You know, I tell people you can meet me at the beach or you can meet me at the bank, because the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to take 3 to 4 trips out of this. So you have to know what do you want for you and your family? You know, there's no sales pitch. We're not salesmen, but what we're doing is sharing, and you know what we're sharing because you see it on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You see the trips that we take. So we're just sharing what we know. We're not out here trying to figure it out. We thought about it and we know what we want, because one thing we know, winners don't quit, quitters don't win. So what team you joining?
Hey,
hello, somebody.
love it. You better catch that note. Catch that clue. All
Pass
right.
that plate. Plastic collection plate. I wasn't expecting that. I should have went before her.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Faith. Well, I've been taught that faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. What I would say to the person that's on the fence, please don't be like that man that fell off the boat and then he was praying to God asking God to bring him some help. Somebody saved me, and then God sent 3 boats and he let them all pass up. And then when he died and went to heaven, he said, God, why didn't you help me? He said, man, I sent you 3 boats. You have this opportunity right here in your face. It is up to you to make a choice, believe in yourself, and just reach out and grab it because it's yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I don't know who invited you to this presentation, but this much I do know. I know that they thought highly of you to do so. Trevorium is the type of company we are not looking to take. We are a company that will literally give you something that you've already been looking for. And we're looking for the type of people that we can give you your life back. We can give you your dream back. We can give you your hope back. We can give you that vision that you have been in pursuit of, but you just have not been a part of the type of vehicle that it's going to take to get there. I want to challenge you, my friend, just get with the person that invited you to this broadcast. Get with them quickly, because if you get with them first, you'll be in the most favorable position. We thank you for spending some time with us tonight. We are Trevorium proud. Shout out to all the Trevorium members and leaders all around the globe. As our sister said, we're going to see you at the beach or we'll see you at the bank, but we hope to see you at both. Good night, my friends. God bless. We're Trevorium proud.